Welcome to another episode of DevRel Stories. Today we've got some interview tips for your next DevRel interview.
I got my first DevRel role in 2021. This was 2 years ago, and I found it on startup.jobs. I went on there and I was looking for developer relations or developer advocate remote jobs.
I looked for my first DevRel job in a couple of different places: Twitter, LinkedIn, a job board called DevRel Careers. I think I actually sent like 15 to 20 job applications before I eventually landed the first job. This job was found on Twitter. I was on Twitter that day, and usually I search the hashtag DevRel. So I found a tweet where someone mentioned that they are in need of a developer advocate for their company. So I followed up on this tweet by sending a DM, and this was how the interview process actually started.
I sent a couple of applications. I can't recall how many. And I think 2 companies reached back positively. I really can't recall. But the one I eventually got to work with, it was 5 stages of interviews. The intro, then a technical interview, meeting with the content team, an administrative interview, and another technical/demo interview. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I went into more detail with the interview stages. I'll leave it below if you want to check it out.
The interview process lasted about 4 to 5 stages before I eventually got the offer for the job. A couple of things I did to prepare for the interview were more or less reflect on everything I had done in terms of DevRel before actually going in for this job. So whether it was in form of content creation, blog articles, video content creation, even community events like hackathon that I organized, sharing code snippets, and even just interacting with the broader developer communities. And this really helped me to go into the interview with the confidence that I needed to ask and answer different questions.
While preparing for the interviews with this company, the major thing I did was to research about the company, who they are, the kind of structure of the company, and also playing around with the products that they have. I was playing around with their SDKs, trying to build demos out of it, and also researching helped me gather the right questions and also the right answers. So when it was my turn to ask questions, I had the right set of questions to ask, and when they threw questions at me, I also had answers because I had already learned a thing or two about the company. For anyone looking to transition into DevRel, I'm going to say DevRel is an interesting career opportunity where you get to write code and also create content and build relationships. But my major advice here would be sure of the kind of DevRel opportunity you are jumping into.
One piece of advice I would give to anyone looking to transition to a DevRel career is to actually start advocating for developers where you are. So whatever tech stack you use, whatever tool that you use that you know you genuinely enjoy, start from there. Start creating content around it, educating more developers about how to use it, contributing to open source projects on Stack Overflow, answer a couple of questions that you have answers to. This will eventually help you to be confident, have a story to tell, and give you an edge when you're interviewing for your DevRel job.
As we mentioned in episode 1, DevRel can be different for different companies. So you might be so excited to get into a company thinking you'll be making videos or writing articles, whereas they want you to manage their open source strategies. So DevRel can be many things, but it can be different for different companies. So I would say be sure of the kind of opportunity you are jumping into. Stay tuned for more DevRel stories in our upcoming videos.